boxing truth here. Boxing fans are funny, let me tell you. Doesn't matter if you're a casual, hardcore, it's just shit that people say, it's just gonna make you laugh your ass off. And Mikey did what he was expected to do this past Saturday night. I mean, it wasn't a hard fight to predict. It wasn't even a hard fight to pick. Laughing out loud to all of you that picked Broner. Just wasn't a smart pick. Wasn't even an educated pick. It was a pick you picked with your heart because you wanted to believe Broner is somehow actually an elite fighter, even though he's been proven to you guys for a number of years through his performances, cherry picking and weak title run in his career, that he is exactly what he is. Just an okay fighter. That's all he is. And Mikey Garcia is getting a little more praise, a little more credit than he deserves for beating up a overhyped, protected hype job in Adrien Broner. Look, Mikey is an exceptional fighter. A really, really damn good prize fighter. Tremendous talent. But he didn't beat no fucking King Kong on Saturday night. He didn't even beat an elite fighter. Didn't beat no pound for pound level fighter. Didn't even beat a world champion this past Saturday night. And it's so funny how some of the media fanboys, some boxing fans are acting like he beat an A-level fighter. But Mikey Garcia does deserve credit for his performance. Showed great skills, boxing ability, distance, timing, counter punching. Just out-skilled, out-punched, and beat the shit out of Adrien Broner with ease. Dominated the fight, won at least 10 or 11 rounds in the fight. Broner maybe won one round in that whole fucking fight. And now Mikey is in position to do bigger and better things, and I'm liking the attitude from Mikey Garcia. I like that he wants to be in memorable fights. He wants to be recognized as a great fighter. He wants to leave a lasting legacy. Fans don't remember you fighting no-name opponents or defending your titles against mandatories. They remember you by taking and winning some of the most important fights that you need to win. And Mikey's willing to do that. He's willing to find the biggest fight out there. Now that he's in this position, still a free agent, supposedly, it's going to be interesting to see how he gets these fights, knowing that most promoters are going to want more than just a one-off business deal with Mikey Garcia. A promotional option, maybe a short-term deal, a longer-term commitment will most likely be in store in order for Mikey to get one of these bigger fights out there. So the politics are something that Mikey won't be able to avoid, even though he's still a free agent. Still fights out there that he's not going to be able to get. But this video is about Mikey Garcia's pound for pound recognition. Him beating up, dominating Adrien Broner doesn't make him pound for pound. Do I think he's pound for pound? Yes. But in terms of accomplishments, he still needs one more important victory in his career in order to be recognized as among the elite fighters in this game. Beating Adrien Broner, knocking out Slack Teaching, good fighters, but they're not at the elite level. They're not regarded as the man in those divisions at the time he beat them. Mikey needs to beat the winner of Crawford Dongo. He needs to beat Jorge Linares, who's considered the man in the lightweight division. He needs to fight Lomachenko, or perhaps even get a fight with Keith Thurman, one of the welterweights, in the near future, in order to be recognized as pound for pound. I mean, that's just the true story of it. Crawford is a better fighter than Adrien Broner. Lomachenko is a better fighter than Adrien Broner. Keith Thurman's a better fighter than Adrien Broner. Linares is a better fighter than Adrien Broner. I would pick a Dongo to beat Adrien Broner. So Mikey deserves credit. Just don't act like that he beat King Kong. That's all. I mean, he beat a guy he was supposed to beat, that he was favored to beat. And somehow, a lot of fans still believe in Broner. Put a bunch of people lost money this past Saturday night. Those odds were really getting closer as the fight was approaching, but the odds makers were right all along. Mikey was an 8-1 favorite, and it should have stayed that way. But Broner still has believers, and now his career as a top fighter is done. That's going to be his last payday, and in a career that he hasn't had many elite paydays in his career. Was never able to break that pay-per-view barrier because he kept losing the most important fights of his career. Another marquee name defeats him. Another L for Broner, L for his fans. And you know, he was able to accomplish some things. He was able to make some money. He was able to be in some important fights, headlining. But now the show is over. Broner, he tried the best he could, tried different things. He's a tough, strong, he's a really tough, strong kid. He's got a lot of toughness, not a lot of skill. And he's just not gonna be able to hang with the Mikey Garcias, not even the Sean Porters. He's just an okay fighter. And Mikey, we'll see where his career goes. Whether he wants to continue to be a free agent, fights with Crawford, they're not going to happen right now. Linares' fight will be difficult to make unless he commits to a longer-term commitment with Golden Boy. Will Al Heyman offer another marquee name for Broner? For Mikey Garcia? So, still a lot of questions surrounding Mikey Garcia's future. Where does he go from here? He's got fights at 35, 140, and 147. But the business side of it is going to be complicated to get these fights done. Hopefully Mikey can get one more fight in this year against a marquee name, whoever that opponent will be. And hopefully that opponent will get him the recognition that he should get in the near future, which is becoming an elite fighter, a pound-for-pound level fighter. He is in my eyes, but he just hasn't accomplished it yet. He needs to beat better fighters than Adrien Broner in order to accomplish that. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.